there are places that can help you with that, and I told her about one of my very favorite programs, which is basically on college campuses, but they will help with resources. And if you're listening and this is your issue, they are to Right Love on Her Arms. They care. Reach out.
Mm-hmm.
If you're self-harming, reach out. Don't suffer this alone. You can get help. But it was just that everything was, her parents hated each other. She was being told all this stuff that might have happened to her that she didn't have a memory of from when she was little, and a lot of animosity, and she was internalizing all of that. So I had mixed feelings about did I want to see that or not.
Yeah, that in that situation, that would be something I would not be involved in, simply because that's that requires a higher level of education than I have.
Well, certainly more than I had.
That requires a lot of certifications from the state that they're living in, because you don't even want to attempt to get involved in anything other than the normal, I'd say normal, poltergeist type of activity. When you start going into other psychological issues, we're not counselors.
Exactly.
We can't give advice and that kind of thing, and we can be held extremely liable and get in a lot of trouble if we did. So I would prefer to, just a run-of-the-mill poltergeist case.
Well, but if it's a run-of-the-mill poltergeist case, the odds are it's still going to be an angst-filled human.
Yeah,
and,
of course, but not with the issues of,
yes,
that
was
are
so
to the
bad.
extent. Yeah, that's an extreme case.
That was so bad.
And, when you do have a poltergeist, once you start bringing up this information, the activity usually immediately stops anyhow.
Mm-hmm.
So, but just to be, I would love to see, I've read about these cases that, apparent poltergeist activity can actually, when it's focused in an area, can bring gravity to point zero and make things float. And I think that would be like an amazing thing to see, like
I would
the
love
kitchen
to
table,
see that aspect.
spinning on its own in the air, and dishes flying out of the cabinet or whatever the case might be. But it's just, to me, a fascinating thing that I would like to be part of or experience someday. Yeah, I mean, but anything other than that, all that other real deep stuff when it comes, deep psychological issues, no. I'm not ready for that at all.
Well, it was a mind-blowing experience.
Yeah.
We have a question for you in chat. Are you game?
Oh, absolutely.
Well, great. Brenda wants to know where you see the future for the paranormal field. What do you see happening in paranormal?
Well, I see a few things happening. Of course, there's going to be advancements, but I think within the next 100 or so years, you'll see some advancements made that will make what we do today seem like kindergarten. It all depends on your mindset at this point as to everything considered that's going on in our day and age. UFOs, extraterrestrials, disclosures, interdimensional things. Man, we're talking anywhere from 6 months to 100 years, I think, before we actually are able to sit down, press a button, open a dimensional door, and see, the afterlife.
That's an interesting concept.
Well, it's the only thing, really pure science will allow. You have to have, that would be the consummate proof of the afterlife. And I think, the closer the physicists get to answering the theory of everything, getting right down to it, also with the apparent disclosure that's going to happen next summer, this whole alien interaction, who are supposed to be interdimensional. I think we're going to have answers, I think, either within the next 6 to 8 months to 100 years, if this disclosure doesn't take place. But I think the physicists, the very smart people of the world, are very close to getting the answer to everything, to the theory of everything. I mean, they're right there at the door. They can get everything down to I guess it's called 0 point. And they could see all the correct answers across the Great Divide. But, there could be anywhere from 10 to a billion correct answers that they have to figure out. I mean, they can see it. It's like getting to first base or second base and wanting to get the third, and you're just right there and you can't really get to it yet. But they're close. They're close. They're close. They're close. And once they get it, then we'll have all the answers we need to know, whether it be the paranormal, extraterrestrial, life on other planets. The theory of everything will be answered. It's just a matter of time, I think.
I think so too. And I'm curious because I asked someone else this recently, and I'm going to ask you.
Okay.
What do you think disclosure is going to look like, and why do you feel that they're really actually going to do something this summer?
Well, that's the word. That's the buzz. That's the buzz right now. Supposedly this disclosure was supposed to happen in 2017, but with the threat of this nuclear thing going on between us and North Korea and all this other destabilizing stuff that's going on at the time, the aliens decided not to come forward at that time. Now, things, I guess, are a little more calmer. Everything seems to be going a little bit smoother. I'm not talking politically. I'm talking just like in a world way. Maybe not so much in the Middle East, but when is the Middle East never on fire? It's always on fire over there.
True.
But, that's the buzz right now that, come July, they're supposed to have this big disclosure. Now, I'm not talking about, there's aliens. I'm talking about, how I ran into a couple of aliens down at Walmart last week. That's the kind of disclosure I think that we're looking at, that they're actually going to be here. They're going to be integrated into our communities, into our societies, shares of information, technology, and maybe getting us on the right path to a universal type way of being and living. Universal meaning universe, the cosmos type of way of living, where everything is shared, everything is I guess good.
So Star Trek.
Star Trek stuff. That's what I'm thinking, and that's the information. I mean, you can listen to all the different theories on ETs and extra UFOs and disclosures, but I can't even get through all of it myself. I mean, there's all different types of opinions, but
yes.
the big buzz is this coming July. We're supposed to be having this disclosure. We already know, they already fed us a little bit back in 2017 when the governments are starting to admit now that they have been having interactions with UFOs in the air. And there's, the United States actually had a budget for this, of monitoring UFOs.
It's not a very large budget for what they were seeking to accomplish, but at least it was something.
20 million is still 20 million. That could be, just a basic empirical type of study where they would, observe and document. But still, the fact that they actually disclosed that to the public is amazing to begin with, because they always denied it. They always denied all existence of UFOs and extraterrestrials. But now the governments are being more open about it. So that's like the slow disclosure leading up to the big one that's supposed to happen in July. And, it's supposed to be like massive. It's like, here we are, here we are. So not just like our governments are working, because if you listen to some of these people, humans have been interacting with aliens for many, 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 many years.
Well, many millennia.
Or many millennia, correct. If you go back to ancient Sumeria. But, yeah, correct, actually. But, some of these things that I've heard, through like people like Corey Good and Emery Smith and a few of these other people that are coming forward who actually worked at some of these secret installations that are underground. They say you can drive a truck from California to New York underground. Yes, they say the Earth, or they say the moon is a hollow ball that was actually a ship that brought aliens here to Earth. I guess us. I don't know. But there's a lot out there, and if there's going to be a disclosure, please let it happen, because all this teasing is killing me.
I know, right? I
really want to see it. I really want to experience it.
I was able to hear a woman lecture last year who had been abducted from the age of 12 and had a child who is part reptilian, and just swears that reptilians are sweet and kind and gentle, and that, her son comes to visit her. And that's the only time I ever heard anyone say that about a reptilian, and we're going to have to discuss this further because we've only got about 45 seconds right now.
Oh, wow.
But I know, right? This is too fast.
Oh, wow, yes.
And I want to discuss Corey Good, too, because I was fortunate enough to hear him lecture this summer. He had added me on LinkedIn, and I didn't really get a chance to talk to him before I went out there. He is an amazing
stories.
Man.
Amazing stories from them, guys. It's amazing, some of the things that they discuss.
It is, and it's a little frightening, too, but... we have one more break left. This is only going to take 2 minutes, and then we are going to be right back here just getting these answers and finishing this conversation, because this is cool stuff. So, see you in 2.
Listening to WBHM Digital Broadcasting, the best in paranormal talk. only on Paranormal Experienced Radio.